Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to The Card is Going to Change. I am not Steve Guy. I am not Patrick Franklin.
Oh,
Ronald
Tulek.
Government name.
No government names.
Government name. This is the Duke, and this is the Absolution quote-unquote hard sell. And of course...
Doxed.
Of course, we didn't have anyone better to host the Absolution hard sell than Mr. Absolution himself, the Duke. 8-4. 8-4 at Absolution. All-time winningest performer at Absolution. Have done every kind of match ever. It's crazy. And you, the person sitting to my left, who I'm pointing at that you can't see because there's no cameras here, is John Thorne. John Thorne cost me the only thing I've never done at Absolution, which is main event. I don't think I've ever main evented Absolution.
Oh, I want to sell tickets.
Yeah. Well,
I wanted to sell some tickets.
How's that working out for you?
Exactly.
That's why we're doing the hard sell.
We're doing all right. I thought you almost called yourself Mr. Appalachia there for a second.
No. I have more than $7 in my bank account. I am not Mr. Appalachia.
Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
It's a nice podcast.
Apparently, Thorne is using his county connections.
He's got this really nice podcast studio in his house.
He's eminent domaining my house apparently for the evening. I'm not quite sure how that works, but
No, I've been to your house many times, Thorne. This is definitely your house.
yeah, like anyone would trust you.
Welcome to my house, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So, are we talking about your house? Or are we talking about Absolution?
Well, I guess we could talk about my house maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, this is Dustin Alberti, by the way, since the host didn't.
Everybody knows who you are. They can hear your squeaky
They
voice.
do hear my voice all the time.
Yeah. How much you pay for this place?
Cash.
Straight cash, about got a good deal, about $315 on it.
You're close.
$315.
You're close.
Straight cash deal.
Your accountant would know how much you spend.
Yeah, my accountant Pete.
Your accountant would know how much he spent on his own house. So anyway,
Welcome to my house.
let's put that dead horse aside and let's try to talk about Absolution.
Well, what I want to talk about first is your hatred for delivery people.
Okay.
Delivery
go ahead.
people.
I do. I hate people in general.
Doesn't want to give people money for the service of delivering food.
I'm not
Hates the
subjecting
economy.
them. First of all, I'm not subjecting them to
Will
come
not
to my
stimulate
house.
the economy.
You don't
My
have to
house.
talk and you just
My
walk
house.
over top of me.
My house.
All right, both of you shut up, first of all. Second of all, I don't like delivery because I don't trust it. I don't know what they're doing to that food while it's in the car. Do you? How do you know you got food when I was gone? You got to be a smartass and get food delivered.
Ordered it while he was gone to pick up, and it got here before he.
That's
got
because
back.
I left early. I left
It got
a
back.
little,
Like,
I left a
it got
little
here
early.
5 minutes before he got
left
back.
a little
I put it in late, though. I didn't put it in until
Yeah,
you
he
pulled
had to
out.
figure out
I left a little early. I had to wait at the place I got food at, since we can't mention any
Man, your
names.
delivery guy was bad.
Yeah, Daniel in the Toyota was fucking. He was prompt.
Oh, is that the guy that dropped off for you?
Yeah, Daniel. He was
Daniel.
That's
prompt.
why I don't do
White
it.
Toyota.
So I'm not inviting these people to my nice house. And
I didn't invite him in. He just
cost
left
me.
it at the door.
No.
My house.
And now they know where I live.
My house. All right, back to
Is this what
Absolution.
this is going to be for an hour?
Absolution.
Absolution.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's just start at the obvious, the most prominent match on the show. Why don't you give us the backstory on the whole Nathan Zegura, Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh spectacle that we get to look forward to?
Well, the backstory is Jeff Jarrett showed up unannounced in Akron.
You were there.
Yeah, okay. I thought on the
Karen was there.
Actually, you are a connection to this whole thing, though.
How so? Because Jarrett whacked me with a guitar also?
When he came to the aid of members only. When was
true.
that?
I know. That was back at Hell on Earth. 2 Hell on Earths ago?
I don't know.
I think it was 2. Yeah.
His memory's bad for live.
16, I guess it would be. It was out in Eastlake. I remember that. I think it was 16. Yeah, it was 2022, so I think it was 16.
Well, yeah, well,
or 21. I'm sorry.
You were
21.
the linchpin to this whole thing
wow.
coming together.
If Zegura should be mad at anybody, it's you.
Yeah,
Zegura isn't mad at anyone. For as much as I hate people, that's how much Zegura likes people, which is kind of hard to deal
Well,
with
he's
sometimes.
mad at members only. He wasn't super happy with me.
bet you Zegura loves tipping his delivery guy.
Probably, I bet you he loves doing delivery.
Technical difficulties, but we're back.
We're back.
Patrick Franklin not leaving
Ronald
the
Two-Legs.
equipment charged up properly. No,
Ronnie Deuces.
He screws up. It's government.
Ronnie
name.
Deuces.
No, he screwed up.
Doxing,
So hurried about getting
Doxing Ronnie Two Legs on the podcast.
so hurried about getting to the camper for a big family weekend.
Yeah, he's
4th of
in a
July.
camper. He's
Nothing
in a
wrong with
camper.
that.
It's camper season. That's shut down UXWA. Camper season.
Camper season?
Yeah. You remember the one guy would always disappear for the summer because he had to go to his camper?
That's your lake house, he called it.
It's like you calling this place your house. Exactly.
It is my house.
All right. Anyway.
It is. It's a beautiful house.
All right, so back to the matter at hand.
Zegura.
You are the linchpin holding this whole thing together.
Okay, that's not true. I thought on the podcast we delved into things and we talked about things.
It's
we
too
not?
early to talk about that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's post.
Yeah.
Post. All right. Post
It's
absolution.
after the show. Things aren't done yet.
Yeah.
All right. So I know. So what are we expecting out of this? I know Zegura has actually taken this very seriously.
I went up to the school the other day, and Zegura was in there doing a training session with Josh Bishop. He's been going about 5 days a week training, getting prepared for the match, which is a little extreme to be honest. I didn't expect him to be taking it so seriously.
Well, you have to appreciate his dedication and his want to, put on a good show and to deliver the beating that members only so desperately deserves.
I thought you'd be on the members only side. What side are you on?
They're getting in my business on Twitter too. They can,
Since when? Them?
Since
people's business?
before I wrestled
Actually,
Isaiah. Before
those
I
two?
wrestled Isaiah, you put the graphic up and they both wished me death.
Oh,
So yeah,
there's no coming back from that.
They're on the
I think
list.
I think everybody was wishing that, honestly.
At least your house will be in good hands.
I'm not leaving it to you.
What else?
Leave it to my cat before I leave it to you.
Oh boy, but there's only one person here that I think supports members only.
I do support members only.
Do you?
Since day one. I've been there since I was there on
Jealous
on-
that Zegura's better at you than
I was
than
there on
commentary?
Calvin G. Lewis his
that why?
first day. Me?
Yeah.
I'm better at wrestling than he is.
That Zegura?
Yeah, it might be.
Two-time dropout of the end.
I know, yeah.
I've been there.
Liked it so much I had to do it
I
again.
trained way longer than he did.
How'd that work out
I'm
for
still
you?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here in my house. So
Since you're going to say I'm the accountant and everything, what kind of price are we looking at on that Satnam Singh flight?
It's 1 in a billion.
well,
Did you have to buy more than one ticket?
yes. Well, not in that sense, but I was told, yeah, he lives in Atlanta. So I say, okay, that should be easy. There's a lot of directs from Atlanta.
Yeah. A lot is one of the most popular airports in the world.
Well, nobody told me that he was starting the week in Sacramento.
What's he doing in Sacramento?
Don't know. Big guy stuff, I guess. So Satnam is Sacramento to Cleveland, Cleveland to Atlanta. So I guess in a sense I did have to buy more than one ticket.
Yeah, but that's kind of a
First class.
well, yeah, of course. I mean,
It's a big guy.
I thought I was going to try to get him on a Frontier, but he wasn't having that.
no, he's not flying. His head would stick out at the top of the airplane if he
They
flew
got
Frontier.
sunroofs on them.
I don't know. Sunroofs on Frontier Airlines.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are we looking forward to in this match?
Satnam Singh.
Wrestling.
Jeff Jarrett being there?
Do you, no
Carrie
opinion?
Jarrett being there?
Do you have any opinions on what you want?
Jarrett, huh?
What to
Jarrett.
happen, or what do you
Highly
want to happen?
recommended.
Highly recommend Carrie Jarrett.
All right, let's keep it on an even keel here. All right.
I'm saying it was highly recommended. Pedro really wanted me to book her. Highly recommended.
She was great.
Yeah,
The
she
promo
was
was good.
She was good. She was
Played
good.
played your part perfectly.
All right, so what was your question?
Do you have any predictions? Any
Satnam's-
insight?
Okay, so honestly, like if you want to get peel the whole thing back, Satnam Singh is exactly the person who Chandler Biggins would want to be participating in Absolution.
Well, yeah, of course.
So I mean, that was really a factor in the whole thing.
It was a win-win. You don't get to be in the main event. Satnam Singh is in the thing. It's exactly what Biggins wanted.
Biggins would want me to be in the main event.
He would want you to
if
be
he
in the
knew
main
I
event?
worked that hard to get there, he'd want me to be in the main event.
Is it gonna?
No problems.
That's really like Paul went.
Do you want to talk about that?
What about how when we actually booked it, my light went out momentarily?
Your light flickered
It flickered.
when the mention of the Duke being in the main event. And my light in my house started flickering uncontrollably.
First of all, it was in my house again. Second of all, it wasn't when I was going to be in the main event. It was the original plan, I think. Which we can discuss later.
Same thing. Yeah.
One of the many things you've robbed me of.
We're going to need a whole other documentary on that.
Yeah. All right.
The rise and fall of my accountant, Pete.
I'm rise. There's no fall yet. I'm sure it's coming at some point, but it hasn't come
It's really
yet.
keeling off.
Yeah, but the flickering of the lights was, but I don't know. So it leads me to disagree with your statement.
Well, that's okay. But I mean, if you believe in that sort of thing. Anyway, speaking of the spooky,
Ghosts?
let's transition. Let's transition from ghosts to.
Well, I mean, we didn't. I'm not ready to transition. What are you expecting out of this Jeff Jarrett Nathan Zegura match?
I think. I mean, Nathan obviously has a very good team with him. Number one, he's working very hard. Has great respect for what he's doing. So, I got to hand it to him. I think I would not surprise me at all if they came out of this victorious. Not surprised me at all if Satnam Singh ate one of them either. But
Wow.
I'm just saying.
If you were in this situation, hypothetically, right?
Okay.
Are you starting the match off cutting a heel promo in a Steelers jersey?
I mean, Jeff Jarrett is more of a Titans guy, so he probably will.
Saying Jarrett's
he probably will have one on.
You're there instead of
But
Jarrett.
I'm saying you're there instead of Jarrett.
I don't need to wear the Steelers jersey to get heat, but
Hypothetically, if you were ever
I
speaking.
theoretically could. I mean, if you're gonna talk, if I was outside someplace and there was all these people around and I wanted them to hate me, yeah, I'd probably wear a Steelers jersey.
specifically outdoors though,
It's got outdoors
With a bunch of people who don't
and
really
a bunch
know
of people
you.
that think that they didn't
Yeah.
know who I was, so I didn't
Yeah,
order
it'd be
to
a
get
good
them
way
to
to
hate
get
me.
heat.
I'd probably
That's
put a Steelers jersey on.
okay. All right. So
Fair enough.
So, what are you expecting out of this though?
I mean, if you're looking for me, who I think is going to win, it's hard to go against Jarrett and his man monster.
It's hard to go against Satnam Singh, right?
Yeah,
One in a billion.
If he gets his hands on any of them, he can do some serious damage. But again,
What's the height? What's he? How much does this fellow weigh? Remember that King of the Ring?
yes, Art Donovan. I believe Satnam Singh weighs over 400 pounds. That way, I can't be wrong.
7'4".
7'4"? Is that what we said? Was
You
this
said
4 or
6'6".
Yeah, I think it might be. I don't know.
I said
7.
7'4".
We need a research department.
I said 7. Don't we have a crack
Where's-
squad around here somewhere?
Research department.
I don't know. Maybe not. How tall is Satnam Singh?
Satnam Singh is 7'4". He's 7'4".
7'4". I was right.
What's the weight? What's the weight?
How much that guy weigh?
400 pounds, but I think it's more than that now.
400 flat.
That's what it
It's got to
says.
be more than that now. I swear it's 450.
He might be trimming up. He might be
No, I don't
398.
I think he bulked up after he left.
He's not a fat guy.
No, but he's big. I mean, no, he's 7'4". He can't be fat at 7'4".
Sure you can.
28 years old.
He's 28 years old.
He's young.
Did we ask Siri that? I thought we asked Siri how tall he was.
Hey, Oliver, how old is Satnam Singh?
Now we all know he's also 28. Apparently,
He's 28 years old.
is he still growing?
Research
There's a
department's here.
question.
Might still be growing.
I don't think
be
Siri's
76.
gonna know that
She
one.
comes around.
Shit, our intermission to the pizza's gone.
Yeah, Chase just took a whole box of pizza with him.
He's
All right.
making his way.
Great. Try to leave some for me. All right. All right. So that's what I think's gonna. What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, I
Dustin?
think,
Yeah.
look, I know that Nathan had some words. Me and Nathan talked. Me and Nathan, we get along very well. Members only are my boys, and I will say that they're my boys.
Why?
I can't bet against, because I've been there since day one with those guys.
Day one ish. Huh?
Day one-ish.
Okay. All right.
And I can't bet against my boy Jeff Jarrett.
That's hard.
Also,
That's hard to do.
fellow Bullet Club member Jeff Jarrett.
What a run he's on, though.
Absolutely.
For real. I was actually talking to him yesterday, and I said, man, this is just the perfect storm of things to be going on right now. Because he just came. He did some cool stuff throughout AEW, but it seems like in the last 4 weeks, he has like really come to the forefront of,
Well, the good thing about this is that it works so easily because Nathan's involved with the Browns, and Jarrett is such an old school Memphis guy where it's just mention the sports team of the town.
he's been calling in to Browns
I know,
daily,
that's what I'm saying.
And
And half of the call is my Titans did this and your Browns can't do this, and it's just because it works for all the people that.
But the thing
believe
that is
that shit.
the thing that is actually crazy for people that are not paying that much attention to this whole thing is like these things are being broadcast on the Cleveland Browns YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you get some pushback,
Right.
because it's expected because people don't know what's going on. But if you know what's going on, it's pretty top tier stuff.
Right.
All right, can we move on now?
Moving on.
All right, let's move on. Let's stay in the AEW vein because I was going to go there anyway.
Next question, counselor.
Let's go with the second match: Danhausen versus Derek Dillinger.
Special guest referee, Magnum
Special
CK.
guest referee Magnum CK. A lot of personalities in this match.
Yeah, I think this one has been one that has been cooking for years and years and years. Right.
Well, they had the match where they kind of cross paths a few years ago. I can't remember the show.
It was Touch of Evil.
Is that what? Yeah,
With
yeah.
Terry.
Yeah, with Terry. Terry was there.
Did they wrestle singles match?
Yeah, it was Derek versus Danhausen.
But Terry Reynolds got
Terry
involved.
Reynolds
She got involved and helped Danhausen. She brought the
Danhausen's
teeth out,
corner.
I think.
Ziggy.
That's what it was.
In Derek's corner.
Yeah, and Danhausen did win that one too. So Derek looking for a measure of revenge.
He's cursed.
I don't know if it was he cursed.
That's what he said. That's why he called out Danhausen.
That's why he called him out. Are you aware of that?
No, I had a lot going on that day.
Well,
What?
I guess,
What did you have going on?
Cage match.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's fine.
oh shit, the cage is already up. What do you mean it's already up?
I wasn't prepared yet.
I could tell when you were bleeding all over the place.
Had to get my gear on.
He's like
Bleeding everywhere.
I was like, okay, let's go. And he's like, what? What? The cage is up? I said, yeah.
I didn't know it was a Fisher Price locked together cage. I didn't know that. I thought it was legitimate.
That seemed legitimate. You're bleeding.
Bought that cage with my own money.
Yeah, it shows. Should have saved some from the house. Should have bought a smaller house so you could buy a nicer cage.
I know.
Anyway, so Derek is cursed, and he believes defeating Danhausen will lift the curse. Is that what he believes?
That's what he says.
Essentially, he says he's been cursed specifically at Absolution. He can never win the big one.
I don't know what that's like.
No? You won the big one at Absolution?
I've won a lot of ones at Absolution.
But Derek has main evented Absolution and never won, and won the big one. Can't seem to get over that hump, And
He believes Danhausen is that hump.
cause he believes Danhausen placed the curse on him somewhere.
What do you believe?
If you want to get,
You believe Biggins is talking through my light bulb. What do you think about this curse?
He definitely was talking to the light bulb.
I believe it.
100%.
Do you believe the curse?
I 100% believe Biggins was speaking to us that day.
I've never been so sure of something.
Dom, were you here? Raise your hand if you think Biggins was talking to us through the lights. Yeah.
Chase Oliver was also here. Chase Oliver.
Anything negative about me is going to get all the reactions. So.
I mean, it's not my fault that Chandler Biggins haunts my house here and flashes the lights when we talk about maybe the Duke winning.
Okay. All right.
So, yes, to answer your question, I do believe that Derek is really cursed by Danhausen.
Yes.
If you want to get...
So do you think Derek finally breaks the curse? And do you consider this the big one for Derek?
I think it is a big one, and no, I don't think Derek breaks the curse.
Interesting. I know Danhausen's got a lot of... he's doing a lot of preparation for this, we've heard. He's got a lot of things up his... cape, I guess.
He doesn't wear sleeves.
I think I think Danhausen has been a lot of fun and games for a lot of years, and I think that Danhausen has taken this challenge a little seriously, and it's from what I gather, he's kind of going back to whatever you want to call that dark side of Danhausen. I don't know if he has a specific alter ego.
I think it's Donovan.
Yeah, just Donnie.
I think Donovan Danhausen.
Yeah,
Donovan Danhausen.
Yeah, not Danhausen. When he puts that first name on it,
that's when you got to be careful. You're in trouble.
When he goes the full name, you are fucked.
All right. Well, that's kind of what happens.
It's like when you call somebody with a full name, you're in trouble.
When you go Patrick Franklin, I just, no. I lost my cheat sheet. Yeah, it's like there's 8 more people in here for some reason.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Good thing my house is big enough to accommodate.
Anytime you use the legal name.
Yeah. Allegedly.
So you think Danhausen is going to do it? What do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
Look.
What are you, Beetlejuice?
No.
Me? Yes, I'm talking to you.
Who, me?
Exactly.
Me?
I I think he could beat. I think Derek could beat Danhausen.
So do I.
I think he can. I think Derek's really been showing up lately, trying to get things done.
See, here's the thing.
I think he just wants to get that production stuff behind him. He just wants it to be him and Katie.
I would agree with that.
I think that you guys are.
I think Magnum is the problem.
Well, I think Magnum is certainly a problem for who. I don't know for who.
You don't think he'll call it right down the middle?
No,
I don't know.
Him and Derek's blooding each other up.
But I think something you guys aren't considering is, yes, Danhausen has achieved some success in the contract and all that, but he hasn't been on TV in quite some time. I think Danhausen, has been very vocal about loving money.
Does love money.
Who doesn't?
I think that
He probably has a nice house like this.
I think Danhausen wants to kind of do something that's going to rejuvenate, his career, on a big stage, big independent wrestling stage, streaming all over the world, the whole deal. I think that, he's taking this, he's not taking it lightly. I'll say that.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
He's picked the right venue, the right opportunity. There's going to be a ton of outside eyes on this show because of what we talked about earlier. So it's probably not a bad move on his part. Moving on. Let's go to an interesting one because it kind of came out of nowhere. Most of these Absolution matches have stories to them, have reasons, have there's a method to the madness, if you will. But that's not really the case with Mikey Montgomery and Joey Janela.
Well, Mikey in Akron wanted to call his shot, and
He's had some success. He's won some scrambles. He's done very well. You got to hand it to him. I wasn't really expecting that though.
he hasn't done as well as Eric Taylor since the split.
It's because I'm never wrong.
But I do think that, Mikey is looking to have that breakout performance. Much like we just talked about, Danhausen's looking to, kind of not break out in a sense, but reestablish himself as a major player. I think Mikey wants to establish himself as a player at all.
I do too, and I don't fault him at all for doing it. It just kind of caught everybody off guard and kind of came out of left field.
It's like going to prison. What do you do when you go to prison? You just call it the big dog, and Janela is the big dog of independent wrestling.
Okay, I've never been to prison, but
No, don't worry, you'll make it.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
All right, good.
You'll go to one of those cushy ones.
You keep doing my taxes.
You'll be playing tennis every day,
Keep doing my taxes. You'll
drinking
get
some
there.
iced
Don't
tea,
worry.
getting a suntan. Anyway,
Keep getting
what do you
profitable.
think? What do you think?
Moving on.
Allegedly.
Oh, what did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
Let's keep going.
Oh, okay. All right.
Keep pushing.
I'll have to listen to this one then. What do you think Joey's mindset is, though, going into this? Do you think he's
Joey
He's a psychopath.
Joey literally said, "Who are you?"
right?
I don't think Joey's sweating Mikey at all. I legitimately don't think he knows who he is. I don't think he cares who he is. I think Joey's showing up because Joey wants to have a major performance and get a win on a big show like Absolution. There's not a ton of these like big marquee independent shows. There's Absolution, there's American Rana, there's a couple of these big marquee independent wrestling events. This is one of them, and I think Janela wants to go out and he wants to have a definitive win on a stage like this.
So it doesn't matter to Joey. It doesn't matter who his opponent is.
He just wants to win.
Yeah, I think
But what if he doesn't?
It's a big win for Mikey.
big win for Mikey. I don't think it really impacts Janela, but I think Mikey's bit off a little bit more than he can chew because we've seen Joey have great just straight wrestling matches. We've seen Joey matches break down into complete chaos.
Yeah.
So, you just never know. Like, that's the thing about Joey Janela. He's probably one of the most versatile independent wrestlers on the scene. And I don't know that Mikey is prepared for something like that.
Do you think that's where he'll take it? Do you think he'll take it to that extreme
If he has
to test Mikey?
I don't think to test him. I think if it starts, he feels it getting away from him, I think it's going to go there.
I'd argue that Mikey is just as capable in one of those crazy situations. If you go back to the last two Wrestle Ragers, him versus Ziggy, he took it to a level that I don't think a lot of people thought he would take it to. And then when he threw some light tubes at you, Duke.
Oh, he did a lot of
He's
things.
doing a lot of stuff.
No, he broke a guitar over my head.
He definitely got a little wild last year.
Yeah.
I think he's used to the chaos of the scrambles.
I can bring that out.
I think he can take. Yeah, that's
Yeah, but I think Joey Janela is just a totally different animal.
I agree, but I think that he feels like he's up to the challenge. I think he's up to the challenge.
We're gonna find out.
All right. Moving on to this one's kind of been bubbling for a while. It's kind of hard to get a lot of flow in the women's division, but these two have been crossing paths for the last 3 or 4 months now, I believe.
Yes.
Zaya Brookside and Joseline Navarro.
I think Joseline kind of took issue that, when we set up those Thursdays, that they were kind of built around Zaya Brookside being the featured woman on those events and not her. I think she took great issue with that. And, that was simply, you have to bring in fresh faces. But I think Joseline Navarro took it quite personally, and I think they did end up having a match at Big Trouble, I believe it was, or Cybernetico,
Big Trouble,
one of them, and I believe Joseline ended up getting the win, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
You were out there calling it.
I
so.
know. It was a wild night.
Joseline got the win, and I think she thought that would be the last we saw of Zaya Brookside, and then Zaya Brookside was back, and then Zaya Brookside got that got the pin on her.
Yeah.
And Akron kind of got that. Now they're 1-1 in a sense, even though that was a multi-girl match. But yeah, I think that there's this is one that is been sizzling a little bit. I wouldn't say
right.
I wouldn't say it's totally heated up, but I think for mentalities, I think Joseline wants to protect. This is her territory. This is her spot. I don't know that Zaya Brookside necessarily is taking any of it personally or understands what she's done.
Well, I don't think she's done anything per se. I mean, I think she's just...
You know what I mean? Like the idea of
she doesn't understand how personal it is.
Right. She doesn't understand that
For her,
Joseline...
it's just another match.
It's her hometown. It's her home promotion. It's her home, whatever you want to call it.
Zaya Brookside is probably one of the most experienced, well-traveled female wrestlers available out there right now to book. I know she signed with TNA, but still available. And I think, while she is probably far more experienced than Joseline, I think it's that, that just whatever slight that Joseline feels that is, motivating her. And I think that you got to give the edge to Joseline in this situation.
Well, it's also the Absolution... I don't know what you call it. It's an intangible where it's absolution. So you bring that something extra, so you can get past somebody maybe who's more experienced or whatever else. And Zaya has no frame of reference for what that is.
Say. Like she, for the people that have been on this show and know about it, they can relate to exactly what you just said. But Zaya Brookside doesn't know about it.
Right.
Probably never watched. I mean, one. She doesn't know the extra level people that have participated on an Absolution are going to show up with, and I think you just got to give Joseline the edge on this.
I mean, it's very possible. She's got a lot of other edges. She's got the size edge. She's probably got the strength edge. She'll have presumptively have the crowd edge. Maybe not. But yeah, I mean, it can go either way easily.
Dustin?
Everything you guys said is basically true. Like, Zaya's great. One of the best, as you said, that you can possibly bring in on the independent level. And Joseline is just angry. She's angry and she's ready to take it all out. She's ready to take it out on Zaya. Like,
Zaya's showing up for a wrestling match. Joseline's showing up to prove a point.
Yeah,
right.
So there's just two very different things.
This is just and it's no disrespect to Zaya at all.
Not at all.
This is a booking on her schedule, and I don't think that she knows what she's necessarily gotten herself into.
I will say, I think Zaya's going to find out real fast that it's not just another match as soon as she gets in there.
And then see how she reacts to it. That'll be the key. We're going to jump now to Dominic. If you can hear me in the chair, if you want to come over and give us a little backstory on you and your boy Shaw.
My dear close personal friend Dominic Garrini, everybody.
Tag.
We've got,
you.
we've
Thank
got
you, Dustin.
Dominic Garrini
Thank you.
and
For the hot tag here.
Shaw Mason in the ever popular submit or surrender match.
Your marquee.
Yeah.
It is my marquee. Thanks to you, though. I mean, that's, pulling the curtain back, back in the day, we were trying to figure out just a stipulation match, and you watched an old Sting Cactus Jack Saturday night match with the
was probably
submit or surrender
fantastic.
stipulation. It was a great
I
match.
bet you it was.
And then, so that's kind of where we got to that. But, this story goes back, what, about a year, Thorne, I'd say?
Yeah. I mean, you guys teamed last year at Absolution, right?
We teamed last year at Absolution. I thought I saw something in Shaw, Thought I saw, what, Thorne, or what most people consider, a young boy system, kind of like the New Japan or in the Japanese dojos, there's a trainer and then they choose the kind of like a star pupil that's their young boy. And that was kind of what happened last year. Shaw was getting pushed around a little bit by Pretty Boy Smooth and Carson, and I'd had enough of it. So I thought, what, this is the guy to make my protege. Awesome amateur wrestling background, really good mindset. He had some sickness last year. He had appendicitis. So
You just nose breathing right into the mic.
Oh,
he had a bout with appendicitis, and then during that time, he decided to, corner me, and just throughout that time, I kind of saw that maybe, unlike his catchphrase, Shaw wasn't made for this.
Ooh, stiff.
is that just you sour grapes, or is that, do you
No,
believe that? Because I mean, there's been some miscommunications. He clearly has more of a fan base that comes to the shows than you do. Do you think did that have anything to do with it? Do you think
Could care less.
Stiff.
Could care less.
I'm journalist now. I'm getting into the stuff here.
Broadcast
I'm like
journalist.
Bobby Heenan. I'm a broadcast journalist.
I'd care less if the fans cheer me. I've heard their cheers. I've heard their boos. Doesn't make any difference
agree with
to
you
me.
on that one.
For me, this is sports entertainment to some, but to me, I entertain you with my sport.
Who's your least favorite fan?
My least favorite fan? Oh, God. That's a tough one.
Don't ask me that.
I don't know. I think I hate them all equally.
Podcast will be 8 hours long if you ask me that.
Who's your least favorite fan, dude?
I'm not saying a word.
This isn't about him.
Yeah.
He's not on the main event of this Absolution.
I should have been, but I'm not.
Lights flickered him right out of the fucking, right off the card.
Right off the ether. It's like
Flickered him right up.
So did you ever give any credence to a submit and surrender match?
Like both?
Yeah.
Like a weird Texas deathmatch style
I
where
don't
you
know,
gotta
that
get
would-
pinned, where you gotta get pinned and then stay down for the 10 count.
Yeah.
No, you must stab out and then say into the mic.
Yeah, I
right,
guess.
yeah.
No, I've never thought about that. But back to the point, I care less. Shaw's got his friends and Shaw's got his family, and that's awesome. You know what, though? In the end, is he using those friends and family to get out there and become a better performer, better wrestler? Not really. So you know what? If he can't do it for himself, maybe I'll just beat it into him, at Absolution.
So is the only way he can get better is to just follow whatever you say? Is that?
No, I think that there are many ways to get better, but I think that Shaw in the last year hasn't shown that way. He's lost his way, and if it takes me kicking the shit out of him to find that way, then that's the way.
Not to pull the curtain too far back, but you mentioned something that kind of struck a chord in me, and you mentioned about how he has this family, and that's great, and family to support. I don't know how much you want to dive into it, but the things going on in your personal life, do you think that has maybe added to a little bit of that anger on your end?
Not necessarily.
Is there a little resentment there with the support?
No, because for pulling the curtain back for those, my mom is very sick. It's a fresh thing. But if you look at this, Shaw, pull the curtain back. Shaw lost his mom a number of years ago. So if anything, maybe I kind of confide a little bit in Shaw, and maybe I want to make Shaw a better individual from this, and maybe I'm learning from this too, based on that.
And speaking from experience, you can't think that way because it'll drive you fucking crazy. So you just can't.
When you fight another man in a match to submit or surrender, you got to be a little bit crazy.
I guess.
And you want to get that W. That's what you got to do. And you know what? We're going to see how crazy Shaw can get.
I just wasn't sure if there was any if there's any resentment there or anything like that. If that was adding a little bit.
No, that's what I mean. You can't.
No, not necessarily. Not at all. For me, wrestling is a simple escape. To me, everything that's wrong in life goes away when you're in the ring. But for me also, when you come into that academy and you look at me in the eyes and you tell me you want to be the best, and then you don't put forth that effort, especially when I put that extra effort into you, that's what really irks me. That's what, to make the Duke laugh, but that's what really grinds my gears.
No, yeah. I mean,
strangely enough, wrestling is what causes me all of my problems in my real life. So
yeah. But no, I mean,
a little opposite there.
I mean, if you look at this match is a match that can make you and it can break you. Let's look back at Slumber Party Massacre. I mean, this is really the start of the Josh Bishop ascent. Was tangling with me. I mean, we did this match at Absolution 4 or 5 years ago. Me and Tim Donst. We had me and Casey Carrington do this with a dog car attached to us.
Did you and Tom Lawlor do it too?
No, we did. We just did a regular dog car match.
Okay.
But, I guess at this point, I'm kind of like, if we've got Mr. Absolution here, I guess I'm the king of the stipulation matches at Absolution at this point.
I might have to disagree with you on that one,
What do you
too.
have? What do you have? You have the fucking bull rope match, and what else?
Hold on. I had.
I'm sure. Here comes the fucking Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Can't remember anything else.
Absolution 1 was Buried Treasure match. Absolution 2
Stricken from the
was tables, ladders, and scaffolds.
Oh, that's where we were French and the chick on the rails.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolution 3 was War Games.
So, sorry, sidebar. So is the true anger over this whole not going the way you want that you had some French at the rails planned post Absolution?
No. In order to do that, I have to have a girlfriend.
You haven't lived until you saw the Duke just full French kissing a lady as you lay there in defeat.
That's right. That's how I celebrate. I celebrate like a fucking
Duke,
man.
I'll give you a compromise. We're both
just like
we're
real
both level-headed
men. Real men
here.
don't get food delivered; they go pick it up.
That's right. I go hunt. I hunt my food.
Of modern
Fucking
Absolution,
Pizza Hut.
I am the king of the stipulation matches.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I've got one on every one.
The previous, you get to be the Hogan of the early WrestleManias, and I'll take over like the Stone Cold.
One of the only ones that wasn't some weird thing was you when I wrestled you and when I wrestled Wes. Those
You
were
won
the
that
only-
match?
You won.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if we had Bodsworth here to do the analytics, without you at the match this year, if I win, I think I tie your win
I
record.
8. So I don't think so.
We're close. We're
I
getting
don't
there.
think so. That's why I'm so glad that I don't get to wrestle on Absolution because I give everybody a chance to catch
Lights
up.
are flickering again.
I give everybody a chance to catch up. So I don't know. You obviously think
You're like the Chase Oliver dream. You're the unofficial host of Absolution, but it's only on the podcast.
That's all right.
But
That's all right.
back to the,
I got a lot to do. We'll get to that in a
back to
second.
the
The
match.
official host of podcast.
Back to the
official
match.
host. Chase was really trying to push official hosts for Absolution.
Back to the match. It comes back down to this too. How serious is Shaw taking this, Mr. One sentence on social media, Mr. Not around, growing his little stress beard, all that.
Maybe he's preparing.
Well, I hope he is. I hope he's in the Alps Rocky IV style. Probably a movie he hasn't even seen.
Maybe he's hunting for his food instead of getting it delivered.
That's right. I hunt for my food. I'm a man.
Hunt or you turn
flicker. There's a flicker.
you hunt or you turn on the car. Either way, I'm gonna come into Absolution Saturday, ready to go, ready to kind of hopefully bring something out of Shaw that we haven't seen. And you know what? If Shaw is enough of a man to make me submit or surrender, then so be it. Because
Shake
that's
his
the way I
hand
am.
afterwards?
Oh, hell yeah, I will. Because that's competition, and that's what I'm about.
Okay.
All right, Dustin, we're tagging you back in.
Hot tag, Dustin.
All right, we got a hot finish now to
Hot
this
finish.
to the Hard Sell podcast. We've got 3 matches left, and they all involve me. So I needed to wait for those.
You really did make this about him. In your house.
In my own house.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's only funny to us.
what's that?
No, someone's gonna ask about it. We'll tell him. We'll go back and listen to it. Like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, of course, because everybody loves it when you make fun of me because I'm rich and I have a nice house. So you got to make fun of me.
That half-hour gag reel on the documentary is gonna be sick.
Yeah. Anyway,
Can't even get this lamp behind me to work. I don't know how rich you are.
I never use it. I don't change the light bulbs. I don't give a shit.
No light bulb.
I got other
Light
lights in
bulbs.
here.
Broken blinds.
Blinds broken. Shit, dude. I don't ever. I like looking out the window.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
That's where the dreams are.
See other people that I hate when they walk by.
Hey. I can't believe we don't like bumpers only.
No, hate them.
Seems right up your alley.
Hate them.
All right,
You
let's
guys
go.
can send
All
that
right,
hate.
so-
Rapid fire.
The first one we got that involves Cash is King. We've got the tag team championships. Money Shot undefeated, actually in 2-on-2 tag team matches in AIW since they joined. Since I brought them in.
Okay.
That's very true. You don't have to think about
I'm
it.
not. I know that they've lost scrambles.
I did say
I know what you said.
2-on-2.
I heard
No,
you.
never pinned.
Never pinned.
Somehow PME wiggles their way into a title match.
Very good.
Someone
Very
needs to
good.
explain
That's
that
why
one
I
to me.
think this is
How many
very good.
chances do they get? How many times do they get a chance to hold the belts?
Well, what I was going to say is, I kind of you got to give Money Shot the advantage here because
Me?
They got Mr. Absolution on there. So.
no,
He won't say it. He won't say it. I know.
I
But
honestly wasn't thinking about that.
that's why he won't say
I was
it.
thinking about, as we've seen not only in AIW but other places, PME is starting to dip their toes more into being singles performers, and I think we're kind of at the end of the run here
Well, you're guilty of that as well. I mean, you let them.
because they want to have singles matches.
Yeah.
It would be a singles matches.
But so then why are they suddenly challenging for the tag
Because
team
they're still one of
titles?
the best tag teams on the indies.
I mean, yeah, they wanted a shot. They got a shot.
Every time they get a shot, you get in the way.
Every time. How many
Every
times have they got
time.
one?
Pretty much your
100?
entire life.
100 times, you think?
I don't know. I'm just throwing
It's
a
a lot
number
of
out
shows.
there.
I don't remember all those shows.
It took us like 10 years to get to 100 shows.
Are they the
I haven't even known those guys that long.
Tell me how many shows.
I don't
I don't have.
Yeah, you don't know. So maybe it is 100. How do you know?
might be.
I don't have my notes in here. Bad Wi-Fi in my house.
Your Wi-Fi's fine.
It's not fine.
Works fine. Works fine for me. I don't
It
know.
cut out like 3 times while you were going to pick up food.
You guys, it works fine for me. I don't know.
Fucking Hulkster 12 network is not working.
All right, let's keep that under wraps.
This podcast is only going to be funny for us.
I can't stop laughing.
Anyway, let's regroup here. So obviously, we're looking at this from the champion's perspective. There is no stipulation in this match, thank God.
No.
Straight tag team match. How could you possibly think that Money Shot is going to lose this match?
I mean-
undefeated in 2-on-2. They have me in their corner. I mean,
You got to give them the advantage. I mean, you really do.
Champion's advantage. It's not
I am
really a
giving
thing.
the advantage.
I don't disagree with you. But I will say to even try to write PME off as just like some other contender is completely off. They're one of the best tag teams, most decorated tag teams in AEW or in AIW.
Maybe AEW. Spoiler alert.
According to the boss, they don't want to
100
be a
shows.
tag team anymore. So I don't know.
Maybe 100 shows.
They're still together. They're still better than most.
Most, not all.
Well, we're going to find out on
right.
Saturday, buddy.
All right. Let's move on to our what I have to believe, maybe not in the order, but obviously we can call it a semi-main event, I think. A 3-way ladder match. This one you're going to have to explain to me. When we left Shook Ones, Wes Barkley was doing what he always does, flapping his gums, and laid out a challenge to Eric Taylor for the Intense Championship. Of course, we accepted. We've beaten Wes myriad times. Then you see the graphic, and somehow Alec Price is in the middle of the graphic. You want to explain that one to me?
Dustin?
No, here's what happened. Alec Price beat Sam Holloway.
Okay.
All right. And then he went backstage and was real like, you know what? I'm getting gold here. I want this match at Absolution. I mean, are you going to tell Alec Price he can't have a match at Absolution?
I think you should tell Wes Barkley that he can't have one.
Wes Barkley said it out publicly. People wanted it publicly.
Well, that doesn't mean I can go outside and say I want $3 million. Probably he doesn't show up in my lap.
Yeah, but he could. Now he could. Now somebody knows you want $3 million.
I don't want you disrupting my neighbors like that.
He's so mad.
It's just exhausting. It's just fucking exhausting. It's exhausting. I mean, I know you want this to be your house, but it's not. It's not. You live in a house with 3-inch walls with somebody right across from you, and you can't barely park in your driveway. No.
I got a fucking
don't-
attached garage.
You don't live here.
It's a beautiful house.
As much as you want to live here, you don't.
Look at these vaulted ceilings.
So nice. So nice.
Anyway.
The marble by your fireplace?
Anyway,
It's beautiful.
It's from Italy.
someone explained to me how Alec Price is in this match.
I just said it.
You gotta look at his. You gotta look
Yeah,
at his
he's
record.
got a great record.
Beat Sam Holloway, major contender.
I'm not.
Major
I'm not
contender.
disagreeing. Look at what. Okay, what's Barkley's record? Just because he used to be champion.
Who'd he beat in? Who'd he beat at Gauntlet?
He beat Dex Royal. Was that a gauntlet? I know he beat Dex.
No, he beat Dex Royal.
He beat Dex.
at Up in Smoke.
Yeah. He won the 4-way gauntlet.
Yeah,
He's on Hot Street.
he's on a
Yeah.
pretty big
Okay,
hot
so then
streak.
why is Wes there? Just because he says I want this match?
He's also on a hot
He has an
streak.
automatic
He's
right.
on a hot streak.
He's on a hot streak. He beat Derek.
Yeah.
He beat Derek at Gauntlet.
So what? It's one match.
Didn't he beat your team?
Yeah, you guys lost.
The media is here fucking spouting
Yeah.
why you're wrong.
Obviously,
Ariel Hawani.
You didn't even mention it's a ladder match too.
My neighbor is yelling. Ariel Hawani, who lives next
Ariel
door,
Hawani, yeah, that's-
yelling stats.
That's pretty cool. Ariel's very nice.
there's
guy.
actually an old lady that lives next door.
Yeah,
and
her name's Ariel.
She's pretty cool too. No,
Ariel Hawani.
no, her
Yeah.
name is not Ariel. I've met
Ariel
her.
Hawani.
Yeah, who's that? John Pollock over there.
No, it's
right.
not John Pollock.
So,
I'd say it's a ladder match too. You
Yeah,
forgot
it's
about
also
that.
a freaking ladder match.
well, that's the only way that you can make a level playing field
yeah.
for everybody.
That's, anybody can run a ladder.
And see, the thing is,
the
I
only
hate.
advantage-
and
Wes is
let me
afraid
tell
of
you
heights.
this.
I know
Here,
that.
Hold on,
that's-
let me tell you this though. I hate odd numbers, so I had to put the ladder in there to make things even.
And if anything, Eric has a real big advantage because you can hold the ladder for him. They don't have anyone to hold the ladder for them.
You have to hold the ladder.
Yeah,
just
if it
climb
gets
it.
shaky, you can stand there and hold it. Nobody
I
else
hate-
has anybody else to hold it.
I hate odd numbers though.
Well, then you can't live here because my address has odd numbers in it.
Yeah, what is it? It's your house.
It ends in an odd
It's
number.
your house. What's the address?
It ends in an odd number. You can't live
It's your
here.
house. What's the address?
No, I'm not telling you.
Poster 12, Center Ridge Road.
Anyway, I'm just not really keen on this whole thing. It feels like it's a setup, much like Shook Ones for me was a setup.
No, what do you mean it was a setup? You had a guy underneath the
It
ring
was
who
a
came up from under the ring.
1,000%
and-
setup. I had to wrestle a guy who wasn't even in the gauntlet. He wasn't in the gauntlet. He cheated his way into the gauntlet.
Unfortunately, Cool as Andy could not make it to the gauntlet, and
medically-
Isaiah took his place.
Cool as Andy not medically cleared to make it to the ring.
So you don't. Then you
Not
just move
medically
on.
clear.
Then number
you can't.
30's
You
out.
can't do that.
Yes, you can.
You have to do. He does like odd numbers.
Jeremy, even the EFL Jeremy said this guy can't fucking go.
Well, we all knew he couldn't go when we saw his head bounce off
He
the
was
stage.
he was trying to talk to me. I got to stand up for this. because he was trying to talk to me. He's like, "Who's driving the U-Haul?" I said, "Andy," and he said, "He can't." Were you nervous when you saw a man seizing on the stage
No.
moments before he
I
got?
went. That's one less guy.
And then
got
that
out
guy who was seizing, the guy who made him seize, was then coming to do the same thing to you.
But he shouldn't have even been out
And
there.
then you had to face him in a cage,
Right,
where he could have
again.
also done the same thing to you.
Conspiracy.
This is why Duke was so nervous when I said the cage is up. He's like, "Whoa,
hey,
hey, whoa!"
Hey, nobody said anything about no cage.
I didn't have my elbow pads on. I didn't have. I didn't have my chain on.
What was the gear look?
Yeah, that was a,
you're going
that
for?
was a look.
What do you mean?
You had a sleeve. You had a
The
sleeve
white
on your
beater?
head.
Got the beater,
Yeah, the white
got the
beater.
jeans.
It's not politically correct.
I said white beater.
White.
It's a white beater.
Okay.
That's what they're called.
Okay. Is that what it says on the package?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I believe it said tank top, undershirt, 4-pack. I think it said.
Yeah. Tank top, undershirt.
And
Tank top, undershirt, and fucking tactical pants. This is
tactical pants. Those tactical pants were sweet. I'm gonna be honest with you. They got a lot of.
Is that your
room
new
for,
gear?
A lot of room for activities.
Is that your new gear?
I don't
Gonna
know,
go to the
I kinda-
tactical
kinda
pants?
like it.
I like it.
It's like the big boss man on the corporation run.
Yeah, I kinda
There you go.
Plus, they got lots of pockets for stuff.
Hiding accoutrement.
Yeah. But that notwithstanding, that I should have never had to do that, but I did it. And yeah, I lost. And so now Isaiah gets to go wrestle Chuck in the main event of Absolution. You denied me my opportunity to main event Absolution, which is probably your only reason for being. So
That's what he thinks.
You said it all there. It's a little
am I wrong?
It's a little dark.
A little dark. Is your mic on, Duke?
Is your mic on?
No, it's not.
Oh, God. This podcast for 5 minutes, he hasn't even his mic on.
Hopefully it'll pick something up.
I got really angry there too. So
I'm real angry.
yeah. Hopefully not. I don't know. We had to stop.
As well, the ceilings of my house will catch the echo. And
He'll bounce back into somebody else's microphone.
That's good. You know what you can also do? You can also take over the mortgage payment. How about
That's
that?
going to be a mess.
You want to do that?
yeah, I just paid cash for it.
Yeah.
Did you?
He paid for it.
Yeah. Did you have him deliver everything over to you to sign for it?
Dude, what was his name? Danny, not the Civic. He beat you back in the Corolla so quick.
Yeah, because he's probably just sitting there in a driveway waiting for somebody to tell him to go get food.
He was here. He was here quick.
I got to think it was a more productive use of Danny's time. But
I can't believe we just had a documentary crew here filming this, and it's going to be the most uninteresting day of their lives.
yeah.
This is going to be us laughing about Duke getting mad.
Shit that they don't know we're laughing
Nothing at
about.
all.
Oh, okay. So next match, where are we at?
That's it. We're on Chuck and Broner for the Absolute Championship.
No.
I got to go Broner. I mean, that's
Pretty easy. Pretty dominant.
How do you figure?
Beat you?
it beat you.
Yeah, with a steel cage and half the roster in his back pocket.
You had a man come through the ring. Yeah. How much did that cost?
I had 7. There were 7 guys out there.
My question is, how did you get the not how did you get the money, but like how did you find the time to build that trap door for Chuck?
Was there a saw under there?
How did you do?
I just hired Pedro.
You hired Pedro.
Yeah.
So now you're implicating Pedro in this?
Pedro cannot be compromised.
Pedro cares about one thing: money. And I gave Pedro enough money that he helped me do it.
I did have to meet up with him today and give him money.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
See,
okay.
exactly. Thanks for making my point.
Man, really getting the crowd to turn on Pedro now.
That's impossible. Everybody loves Pedro.
You're trying real hard.
That's because our crowd sucks. I hate all of them.
Well,
Okay. Tickets. That's gonna sell tickets.
welcome.
Yeah.
You all suck.
Welcome to this welcoming environment.
Buy tickets.
Welcome to
I hate you all.
Come to the show. I hate you.
Yeah, and if you want to fucking beat up the Duke, you come to 1235 Hulkster 12 Drive.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Ends in an odd number.
Not 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street, Anytown, USA.
Hulkster 12 Drive.
Old drive.
This is only funny to me.
I know, but you really got to stop doing that.
Oh, boy. Who you got in the main event?
What a great day.
Who you got in the main event, Dustin?
Me in the main event, Broner, easy. Love Chuck.
I mean, Chuck
Chuck's
just
another
beat
guy,
him.
been
Chuck just
around
beat
for a
him 2
while,
months
but-
ago.
I mean, yeah, there's a little help there.
He was doing quite well on his own before he came out there.
Oh, so you're saying you did come out there and help him win?
Do you hear Brian Alvarez, my other neighbor,
I
yelling,
said,
"You
I,
can't
said I
help"?
came out. I didn't say.
Came out and helped him win.
I didn't say I helped him win. I said I came out.
You said on the microphone.
I came out
live
and
after
high-fived his
golf, you
dad
helped
because
him
his
win.
dad was so excited.
You said you came out at Gauntlet and said you helped him win. Those were your exact words. After Gauntlet, you said, you know what happened? I helped you. You helped me. Now give me the title.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said. More or less.
Oh, okay, more or less. There we go.
Then the lights flickered and it all changed.
I quote, I helped him win. More or less. Okay, good job, Dustin.
Yeah.
That's some journalistic integrity right there.
Journalist. I don't wear my glasses.
What does that have to do with anything?
When I wear my glasses, I'm a journalist.
My monitor's out. My monitor's
It's not
out.
working.
Can't see it.
You brought the bad ones. You brought bad monitor, Chase. You brought bad monitor.
All right,
My
we about
monitor's
done
out.
here?
My monitor's out.
We about done here?
Do we get any questions?
Oh, yeah, we got a few questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you buy those brass knucks for Chuck, or did you buy those?
Oh.
Actually, Dominic bought it.
What?
What? The conspiracy.
It gets thicker.
Yeah.
The plot thickens, dude.
So,
Dominic bought him at the you can buy anything here booth at the Hartville Flea Market.
So I did put out some feelers for some questions. We did get some questions.
Okay.
The first question from Hercules, we got, will the classic Absolution pre-show promos return for the stream? That's a question for Chase Oliver, probably.
Yeah, that's a question for
We got
Chase Oliver.
some pre-show streaming like it'll show like everybody cutting their promos before the show, and then
It used
that
to be
leads
like
into the show.
It used to open with a montage with
Actually, it's 2 chase questions in a row.
with
Yeah, there's 2 chase questions in a row.
Okay, cool.
That's and then the second question is your hero Scott Random asked if you have any good stories from the Alpha 1 trip in Michigan a few weeks ago.
Oh boy. So the first thing was the old school like Mark video pre-show promos. I did a package last year. I'm probably going to do something similar to that this year. It's probably going to be spliced promos throughout the show, but I mean that's a you call, Thorne. If you want to do it, we can
We
do
did
it.
them all at the beginning because we couldn't do them
Yeah, we didn't have the
at
capability
match
to
time.
do it
So
live. Yeah.
I would argue that we'll probably do that.
I like
'cause
a
it's better.
I like a package and promos throughout the flow of the show.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you have to also remember we weren't streaming live, so that would all be front loaded on a DVD. I do like those. If there's like a perfect world to where the backstage pass could maybe have that. It was like a dog fashion disco song, and it'd be like doo-doo-doo with the violin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean that I'm all about show flow, and you know what I mean. Like we have 8 matches, but there's going to be things that are going to take up time.
Yeah.
So front loading 15 minutes of promos is probably
That's
not
brutal.
where it's at, unless we did it and it was strictly for like social media stuff at like 7 o'clock, or you know what I mean, or like whatever. But it's going to probably depend on how the day's going, all that stuff.
At that point too, like would I take those same promos and then splice them into the actual show to help break up the flow?
Well, that's
or
a
do
big
I
question.
try and get another promo out of this the guy, a talent, in regards to their match and do it differently for the stream? Like it's just it's just different because it's not being edited in post like it was in Smart Mark era.
To me, that's a thing that's going to be like, how's the day going? You know what I mean? How quick are things getting done? How many things need to be done for the stream and the presentation versus the extra? I would categorize that in the extra. That's the a la carte on the menu,
Yeah.
so to speak.
There were a couple shows last year where I believe I did something similar to that. I think when we went to Kent Outdoors, I believe I tried to do that old Smart Mark era flow. And we have a couple shows coming up in the summer, like the Canton Festival and a few other things that may be added. So maybe that's something that we do for those, like for Patreon only.
Right.
As opposed to going all the glitz and glamour balls of the wall for like an Absolution and trying to make it as professional as possible.
Right, I agree with that.
Okay. And then what was the other question?
Second question was, do you have any good stories from your Alpha 1 trip to Michigan a few weeks ago?
Oh man, I don't.
Shout out to Scott Random, Michigan hometown.
There we go. Someone hit me up with
Michigan's
some
a state.
Oos Juices out of nowhere. I wish I remembered Broski's name. That was awesome. He got me the hookup on 2 flavors.
It's probably either Jose or Scott.
I do want to say, if you guys want to bring Zoas to the show for Chase Oliver, just to kind of keep him in a good mood, that would be like the best thing you could possibly like. If outside of financially helping the company, giving Chase Oliver Zoas is probably the second best thing you do for the company.
What's a Zoa?
Laced with edibles.
It's Oos Juice. It's the Rock's energy drink.
Do you want to know what Hawaii tastes like? Tastes like Zoa.
He's got to do body wash. Smell like an
Why
Oos.
does not taste like Zoas?
I've been there. It's pretty cold.
It tastes like a Hawaiian Punch C4 is what it tastes like.
That's
what it tastes like.
It's pretty.
Are they loaded with HGH like the Rock?
Man, I wish.
Shh, come on, allegedly, brother.
Sorry.
Slow it down.
That's your Hogan logo.
All right, come on.
All right, so
we're getting echoey in here.
the final question, and it kind of does.
I gotta
bring up this
say, I gotta say though, I don't recommend the Rock's deodorant.
No, not good.
Give me a rash.
deodorant?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
a whole body line.
It's called Papa Pooey or something.
Yeah, it's
Baba Booey?
Papa Pooey.
You tell me when you put that on, you didn't smell like WrestleMania main event?
No, I smelled like
the final boss?
What I imagine.
Yeah.
What I imagine the
After the main event?
the entire South Pacific smelled like. It smelled great, but it gave me a bad rash.
Okay. Maybe you're just allergic to fragrance.
You're just allergic to being noose.
Maybe you're allergic to
Not
Samoans.
noosey enough.
I think I'm just allergic to money because I spend it all on this house.
So the final
Dude, you try to
question-
work that square peg in some round holes, dude.
the final question, and it's a good one to end a Absolution from Russell. It's
Russell Wilson?
Russell Williams.
Russell Wilson?
Williams.
Yeah, Russell
Williams.
I got to keep it going. I got to keep it going.
That's the jersey you should
49ers.
maybe get it. That's the jersey you should get if you ever have to wrestle outside somewhere.
A bunch of people. Russell Williams wants to know for everyone, what are some of your favorite Abso moments or memories? And also, if you could have a dream match at Absolution, who would it be against and why? My favorite Absolution moment is the Duke giving Jock Sampson the Duke driver through the table on the outside between the guardrail and the ring. It's
That's
sick.
pretty iconic moment. Right
That's
there.
pretty good.
It's a pretty iconic moment. It really
sick.
is.
It's my favorite
Is
moment.
Absolution the one where? Is that the one where Tim
a big show
and
every
Joey
year.
went through the floor, went through the ramp?
When who and who?
Oh, it was
Tim and
Tim and
Joey?
Joey, wasn't it?
Yeah, they-
Dunstan.
Oh yeah, they had a crazy ladder match.
Ladder match. That ladder match
cool.
nuts.
That is like one of maybe the most probably underseen and underappreciated.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I would say.
Justice and
Was it Justice?
No,
I thought it was
No, it was
Dunst.
Johnson Janela kind of broke it too.
Yeah.
but I thought
Justice and somebody went through it in Eastlake.
Justice and Derek went through it
Derek,
in Eastlake.
in Eastlake.
That's a Hell on Earth moment.
I would go with the. Was it a 4-way tag? The one with Shima,
It was a 6-man tag.
6-man tag. That's
The Lucha
crazy.
tag?
Steve Payne.
Yeah,
That was nuts.
that was crazy. And then I know no one will agree with me, and I don't care. But I'm sorry, me getting carried in on a fucking throne by 6 people was pretty fucking badass. I don't care. It was cool as shit. So, anyway,
Dom, you got a favorite Absolution moment?
Man, this is gonna suck because he's right here and I gotta put him over. But me versus the Duke, because that was the Biggins Memorial Absolution, and we were the first match after kind of everybody came out, so it was really cool. It was also cool to, I think a lot of people weren't necessarily expecting the Duke to, be able to put on the style of match that people thought. And I thought we did a
I
great
will
job.
say-
and honestly, the little known fact about that match was it was never supposed to be you and I.
yeah, it
Tolar.
It was supposed to be Tolar.
Yeah. Yep. I had 3 weeks
No,
to
it
get
was
ready,
live.
and but I remember when I saw the card, I went to Thorne and I go, Thorne, why am I on first? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I do not want to go on first because I just didn't expect it to be good, so I didn't want to go on first and set a bad
Which is
tone.
so reassuring to a booker / promoter.
Oh, well, I mean, I always.
the Absolution main event.
I always
Yeah, like when he goes, "Why am I in the Absolution main event?" And I said, "Duke, the cage is up." He goes, "What do you mean? I gotta go now. What do you mean? I'm not
I
ready.
always
Been sitting here for 4 hours."
I have very low self-esteem, so I always think anything I do is going to suck. So I get very nervous before I go out and wrestle. And I did not want that match to be bad because it was the tone setter for the show. And do you remember what your response to me was?
My response?
Yeah.
No.
No. It was
Was it nice or mean?
it was both.
Okay.
Because you said you have to go on first because no one can turn
The crowd.
the crowd. No one can get the crowd as alive as you can after that. After the 10 bell and everything else, we need something to bring them back up, and they all hate you, so it'll bring them back up. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, because that was a tricky situation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's like you have to do this show, but then it's like almost a memorial show for.
Well, we did. Everybody came out. We did the 10 bell. We did all that stuff, and it was very emotional. And I was just like, I just don't want to be that guy. and you were like, well, nobody else can do it. I was like, oh, okay. So, but it turned out to be good. As far as dream match goes, I have no freaking idea. I need more time for stuff like that to come up with somebody.
Me and you, brother.
You'll never do
Chase
it.
Oliver, you got an Absolution moment you remember from memory?
I don't know if it's my favorite APSO moment, but it's 2017 when I debuted. I remember the main event, and Nick Gage returned, and he cut a promo after it, and he said, Tim Donst, if cancer didn't kill you, I will. And I was just like, all right, holy shit, we're in the thick of it. Then you gave me a camera and told me to go downstairs and get a post-match promo. And Gage like got busted open or something, and he's just spitting blood into my face. And I'm like, all right, we're in it. We're in the business.
Welcome to the business, kid.
Nick Cage rules.
It was sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really necessarily know if I have like a specific favorite moment. You know, like there's been a lot. I mean, there's been a lot of good. There's been a lot of bad.
There's been some bad.
There's been a lot more good than bad on this show. I mean, there has been some bad, but
I mean, I think for me personally, my biggest moment was the dog collar match with Haley Hatred for Absolution.
one.
No, that was a 4. Absolution 4. Absolution 4, I think. Yeah. I took that one down though, so we're having a job. You know.
Gotta clean it up.
But yeah, and then as far as
Dream matches.
I think it's me and the Duke. I think that's the
Whenever you're ready, man.
That's the only dream people got left.
Whenever you're ready. As I said on the stage when you came out and said,
oh, I know you're trying to bait me.
I know. I was like, you're not that stupid.
I was ready.
Yeah.
You're trying to bait me into it.
Give me fun of your flip flops.
Yeah, your damn flip flops. That's why I wore socks today. in case we had to throw it out in my own house.
I mean, we got room on the board.
It's there. Duke doesn't have a match.
I mean, yeah, I don't
He
have a
lost
match.
it.
I can have that one, and then maybe I'll buy a Steelers jersey and walk around outside where nobody knows who I am.
I did think about it. I did think about it for Rager because my boss is going to be out of town. But she comes back that week, so I can't be showing them all.
Dude, I'm going to client meetings with railroad tracks on my forehead. Come on.
Should have got a man in the cage.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you tighten your life up. Tighten your life up, Thorne.
that's what I'm trying to do.
He's got this nice house.
Something's got to do for this house.
Yeah.
It ain't fucking AIW, I'll tell you that.
Anyway, are we done here?
I mean, any final words? Your final words?
Well, I was going to wrap, but I mean...
Go for it.
I don't really have any final words. No, I was going to wrap it up. Sorry, I didn't finish. I was going to wrap it up.
Yo,
Wrap it up,
listen.
Yeah, you should all buy tickets to the show. That's what
Yeah, you should.
We never
Awesome.
even said that once yet.
I'll say that.
That's important. Buy tickets to the show.
I'm thinking everybody should buy tickets to the show.
This
It's very
Saturday,
important.
July 13th.
It is important because it is not selling as...
Yeah, it's 8 days away, and freaking...
There's still third row.
And
I don't know.
No,
I never know.
I don't know if there's going to be any Browns players there.
You never know who will be
Browns
there.
players there.
You never know who will be show. You never know who will show up at an AIW show.
I can't legally confirm or deny that.
Yes, it is possible. It's
Ronda
also
Rousey
possible
showed up at
Jesus
an
will show
AIW
up.
show once.
But you never know.
It's also possible Triple H might show up.
Triple H might show up. Yeah,
Triple
he
H
might.
might be there.
You
He's
guys should
invited.
come. It's a good time. It's Absolution's biggest show of the year. You should be there.
Shia LaBeouf might be there.
Shia LaBeouf might be there.
He will be there, I heard.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he just canceled.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, buy tickets. We're streaming on Fight.
Yeah,
all that stuff that
all
we
that-
forgot to do because we were admiring my wonderful house.
Beautiful house.
But
why are you're such a toady? You really are just such a 1,000%
What is that?
toady.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know what a
an
toady
old,
is?
That's such an old person saying. No
I
idea
know
what
that's
that
like
is.
Joe Biden keeps tweeting malarkey, and I'm like, this ain't helping you, brother.
This ain't happening.
Well, that's his code word.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He says.
Let's not get political.
I'm just saying. That's what he says.
I'm just saying it's not helping your
Let's
look,
not get
brother.
political.
It might not be.
Just like saying toady. I'd never heard
Toady, I don't know what that means.
All right, Dustin. I'll use an old movie as an example.
Buy tickets.
Of course you will. It's the only movies he knows.
You've seen Christmas Story, right?
Yes, it's a Christmas story.
Okay.
I live in Cleveland.
Awful movie.
Do you know?
Gotta watch it.
Do you know who the kid with Scott Farkas, the bully?
Yeah.
That's a toady. Who follows him around and just agrees with everything he says and does whatever.
Everything.
Yes. 99.9% since you've been in my house.
Think myself.
You did let me shave a mohawk in your head once.
You didn't let me. That's what I got when I threw the dart.
Oh,
You lost
When I threw the
I
dart.
got some Facebook memories hitting the old timeline this week. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy July 3rd to those to celebrate.
Yeah.
I forgot you got a dart where you had to get a
Yeah, I threw a
mohawk.
dart. Got a new mohawk.
Well, you followed through.
I did. Of course I did.
I won't give you credit for a lot of
I'm a
things.
man
but
of my
I'll give-
word.
I'll give you credit for that.
Out of my word, what do I have?
Buy some tickets.
Buy some tickets.
Buy
man.
tickets.
Buy tickets. Buy some for me. I don't know.
You're selling tickets?
No, just buy some for me, I said.
Oh.
Buy tickets for you?
Yeah.
What do you need
You
tickets
can't
for?
afford them?
I don't know. I want some tickets.
Okay.
Buy a couple. Buy a section.
Yeah, buy a section.
Oh.
Get a table.
Tables are
Table's
gone.
sold out.
Tables are gone.
Oh, did you buy one of those?
We got a couple third rows left.
Let's buy a couple third rows.
I want top row, top bowl. That's what I want.
You could get tickets
I
for
wish,
you
dude.
and all your boys in Cash is King to sit there third row and watch Chuck lose to Broner.
Chuck's not going to lose to Broner. I don't know where you're getting your information from.
I wish we could get to that top bowl. It does not seem like it's happening right now.
We got super close at Gauntlet, I think. We had
We
what,
did get
were
close.
900?
We got close.
It was over 800,
Yeah.
850 something.
850 something.
but I don't know. I don't. I'm hoping for a big run week this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a big show. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of surprises, and then SummerSlam weekend is going to come real quick, and that is a bonkers lineup. We still got more stuff to announce.
Yes,
already
we
announced Duke versus Kenta.
You announced that the day you booked them. You Facebook messaged me. You said,
You guys were wondering.
said you in? I said, hell yeah, man.
If you guys want to see Duke versus Kenta,
like this.
like this,
Hell yeah, man.
like this post.
Yeah, like it's like a post. Oh boy. Who else we got? We got Anthony
Green will
Green
be
coming
there.
back from Noah.
Heath
coming.
will be there.
John Wayne Murdoch.
John Wayne Murdoch.
A guy
Murdoch will be
who
there.
I get confused for on Twitter quite a bit.
Because he's the Duke.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. A lot
Deathmatch.
of GCW tweets come my way, and I just kind of laugh when
He's
they
not
come.
married to one brand. He's really versatile.
No, I'm just saying that, like stuff he does, and
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
just be like,
Duke.
they'll tag me. in it. I was like, that's not me.
Could be.
Could be.
Eh,
Might
I don't know Brett very well, so
Might be
it's
you.
not me. I don't know.
Might be you and him on 8-1.
could be.
Maybe, could be. Who knows? We'll see.
Oh,
Could
okay.
be
Duke
Kenta.
versus Duke, dude.
Could be Duke versus Duke.
Duke versus Duke. Gusset
People are
plates.
claiming for it, I heard.
Gusset plates.
Gusset plates.
Oh, Gusset Blades bare boards match?
No, I got to go to work the next day.
Fucking King Cobras on a pole.
Like the beer or actual King Cobras?
Actual-
Oh, okay. All right.
You gotta
different
gotta
poles.
chug a King Cobra 40 and then get bit by a real one.
Oh, you have
Yeah.
to get bit.
That's
Yeah.
how you win.
That's how you win.
Are there any mongooses available?
No.
I think it's mongoose.
You gotta take a bite if you want to win.
Mongooses.
Mongoose.
I don't think it's mongoose. I mean, it could be.
I think it's mongoose.
Mongai.
Mongai.
It could be Mongai.
Mogwai.
Oh, are there any of those available? I love those.
Might be.
Did you know mongooses are
This is the longest
are the
outro
only
ever.
animals that can kill king cobras?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty badass.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Mongoose.
Mongoose.
Pete Holster 12.
Thanks.
Wait, we got
Come on.
What?
Give
all
us-
right.
I closed it out the way we did.
for AIW owner John Thorne.
in his own home.
You had that loaded so bad. And for AIW toady Dustin Alberti,
Commentators, what I prefer.
and for the normal host Patrick Franklin,
2 legs.
2 legs.
I am the Duke.
He didn't shout out down.
I will see you all at Absolution after you buy tickets.
Or the film crew.
Or the film crew.
Thanks.
It's gonna be a bitch to edit.